Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Here is Conley. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So the Bulls 5 right now. Rose and Dang on the floor. Carlos Boozer and Joakim Noah, they're inside. And it's Bogans in at the 2-guard spot.
A lot of wins were piled up in last season's campaign by the Bulls, and a big part of that was their work on the backboard. I mean, they were a glass-eating team, far and away the best rebounding differential in the league.
Conley against Rose. Here's Gasol, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. 6 points for Marc Gasol. Well, back to the Bulls in Chicago for just a second. They really asserted their will on the boards. You're right, Clark. And, Steve, I know that was a huge portion of their winning season.
Yeah, they've led the NBA with a +6 per game rebound margin. Nobody else in the league even came close to that mark, and that's why they were such a good team.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the Bulls have developed a bit of a blue-collar mentality and approach that seems to fit right in the Windy City. Joakim Noah liked the identity, quoted saying their identity should be tough, grit, grind it out. We don't care who we're playing. We're going to pick you up, we're going to play defense, and we're going to be gritty, and we're going to fight. All things that add up to a lot of wins, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Chicago loves a gritty team in any sport.
Yeah, I think this team really kind of personifies what this city is about. They're blue-collar, they're tough. They're defensive-minded, and that's why these fans in Chicago have fallen in love with this team.
Rose is such an unbelievably strong finisher at the rim. His explosiveness and his leaping ability and his strength in the air makes it almost unfair when you're trying to deal with that guy, especially if he's got a head of steam coming at you.
Well, that's great. You take advantage of that turnover and convert at the other end.
Absolutely. I mean, points off turnovers this time generated off the steal.
Backing down is Gay. Another miss by Gay. The Clark, you nailed it about Rose. He contorts so much while airborne, but Steve always stays in control.
Well, coaches talk about the launching pad. When you let Derrick Rose get to that launching pad, he gets a head of steam, he goes off with 2 feet in the lane. Well, forget about it. He's so strong and so athletic and just a powerful finisher for a point guard.
Randolph can't hit. The Bulls leading by 9. Here's the break. And Bogans gets it to go. Here is Conley. 6 points for him. They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Yeah. Steve, you like groove, don't you?
I do. I love groove, Kevin, and I love the attack mode this team is in, too. I mean, they're really getting into the paint. They're getting whatever they want offensively.
So timeout call here. The first for Memphis.
And the Memphis Grizzlies made the playoffs last year for the first time in 5 seasons. But the road record is still an area that they'd like to improve this year. They're just 16 road wins last season total.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Ashik is checked in for Noah. And it's Korver in for Keith Bogans. Memphis also making some changes. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Gasol. And it's Mayo in for Tony Allen. Conley left side. Boozer picks him up. Shot clock at 6. Rose against Conley. Over Rose. The shot no good. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Now the Grizzlies' road record, and Stevie just said 16 road wins last season. Clark, what's the key to improving that number?
I think a big part of it is confidence and mindset. Understanding how you have to approach games on the road. There is a little different mindset, and some of that is born of confidence. They may have more of that confidence and swag now because the first playoff appearance in 5 seasons, first playoff series win in the franchise's history there in Memphis. So I think they now believe with their core group of talented, relatively young players that they can play with and beat anybody.
Here's Rose. 10 points for him. It's rebounded by Memphis. There's 57 seconds left to play here in the third. Outside Conley. Outside Randolph. And Luol Deng pulls it down.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
Man, he continues to rack up the numbers.
Guys, I tell you what, this is as well-rounded a game as you'll see.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gay outside. He's picked up by Deng. And Zach Randolph, the bucket on the assist by Rudy Gay.
Right, you just see them taking it strong into the paint over and over again.
Yeah, that really seems to be the strategy, partner. I mean, pound it inside.
Rose with the ball. From past the arc. And no good trying to get that one. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. You gotta like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
Well, we know he can score, so it's not really a huge shock to see him put up these kind of big numbers.
And I would think that he most likely will continue to carry on this kind of play into the fourth.
We'll see you in just a moment, live here from Chicago. Quarter gets rolling here. Let's check out our Sprite Spark of the Game, presented by Sprite. Hey, Doris.
Kevin, well, our spark of the game goes to the Bulls for that major surge. The changing point in this game was when they got hot in the third quarter and opened things up. They'll look to keep that level of play as we head into the final period.
Okay, Doris, thank you. And that run, Clark, really changed the complexion of this game.
Yeah, it sure did. I thought it stirred something up in them that got them on a good run.
Yeah, got the ball rolling for them, and they were able to keep it going from there, guys.
The Bulls leading by 8. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Mayo at the 2 with Gay at the 3. Marcus Gasol is out there with Arthur. And it's Vasquez in at the 1.
You know, seeing the Bulls here, they were just absolutely terrific against the Western Conference last year, and I don't think that should be a surprise at all.
Clark, you mentioned the Bulls in the West. Steve, they were 23-7 against the conference. Very good numbers.
That was the best mark of any team in the East. 3 more wins than the Heat, who came in second with 20.
The free throw drops for Watson.
You know, when I look at this Memphis Grizzlies team, I mean, such an impressive playoff run for them last season. And the thing that stood out for me was their depth. They got contributions from a lot of players.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And Clark, you talk about the depth of that Memphis team. You think about the bench players that stepped up in the playoffs, guys like Darrell Arthur, Shane Battier, Grievous Vasquez, giving them big minutes at that backup point guard spot. And then, of course, O.J. Mayo, a guy who would start for a lot of teams. When he came off the bench, gave them tough defense and made some big shots.
Here is Watson. The dish to Deng. He feeds it to Noah. And it's blocked. To the inside. It's stolen.
You know, guys, you look at it, one turnover in the game, sometimes that can get overlooked. But I think it shows how well he's playing. I mean, he's really making the most of every possession.
Here's Watson.
Memphis foul called. Grievous Vasquez. His second person, second team. C.J. Watson. At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
Come on, you can hit these.
The free throw drops for Watson. That one is no good.
And they're struggling a little bit on the glass. They've got to pick up their physical play in the paint.
Yeah, it's about being tougher and more physical, just as you said, Steve. If they can do that better, they've got a chance to come back.
Here's Dang. Off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Takes it up. And it's Mayo, that time on the assist by Vasquez. Here is Watson. Into Noah. Lifts up. Gasol with the block. And here are the Grizzlies. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. And here comes the break. Tries again. Here's Noah. Takes it up with his stuff.
That's the way to corral that rebound and then go back up with force. Make them feel it.
Well, Clark, the work he does on the offensive glass has always been so impressive.
Now, that might be where he's most valuable to this team.
Kicks to Arthur. Gasol against Noah. Gets the bucket. 8 points for Marc Gasol.
They can't seem to stop anybody inside.
They got to know that if they don't make life tougher in the paint, the opponent is just going to keep going there. I mean, it's not like they'll get tired of all these in-close opportunities.
Mayo. And the shot counts. He's fouled. It's a chance for a 3-point play.
That's like to draw it up right there. That was beautiful.
No doubt about it, Steve. I mean, always love to finish at the rack.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new grouping. Carlos Boozer's checked in for Gibson. Brewer comes in for Luol Deng. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Keith Bogans. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for C.J. Watson. That's good for Mayo.
Some good play from Mayo in this one. He has 8 points and the 1 steal.
Conley against Rose. Noah's shot is off.
Not his best quarter. I mean, the shots just haven't fallen for him.
First personal foul, 2 seconds.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. Outside Conley. Randolph backs in. Gets the bucket and the foul. Once on Joakim Noah.
Well, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Dang comes in for Ronnie Brewer. And it's Bogans in for Kyle Korver. Free throw good, Randolph.
As if there was any question, Kev, he's just not fazed by the pressure. He stays focused and always makes big plays.
Rose dishes to Boozer. The Grizzlies on offense. They're on a 12-3 run. Left side, Randolph. Pulls it up. Takes the lead. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked bad. Time called here, and the Bulls decide to talk it over. They're behind by 1. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, guys, Tom Thibodeau had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
Noah's shot is off.
Right now, he's in a bit of a funk. I look for them to look at other options on offense.
Conley against Rose. Conley up top. Clock at 6. Here's Gasol. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Boy, in a close game especially, those plays really hurt.
Dishes it to Boozer. And he stepped in the line, so they turn it over.
Got sloppy in a close game. You have to take advantage of every opportunity.
58 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
It's still really tight, Kev. You never know. That one free throw could end up making the difference.
Here is Conley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Rose picks him up defensively. And here's Gay outside. Hands the three.
You know, to have somebody as dependable as he is on the offensive end, that's extremely invaluable to this team.
Rose passes to Boozer. They need this one. Good D by Gasol. Ball's knocked loose. We're going the other way.
Yeah, baby, groovy.
Dang with it.
They got to score quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste at all.
Great strength there. Absorbs the contact and still gets the shot off.
Just about fell in. Very close to a three-point play there.
Bulls, 2 shots.
Come on, get it. All right now, Pooh.
And he doesn't get the first one to fall. Connects on number 2, and that narrows the gap to 4.
He couldn't get them all, and it's still a 2-possession game.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Good foul there. They've got to lengthen this game and stop the clock here.
All you can really do here is hope they give you a chance to even it up.
And the first of 2 misses. Does make the second, and that puts them up by 5. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're down by 5. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
The idea here, guys, you get the quick score and then immediately foul.
Steve, if they do get that hoop, then they can actually try for a quick steal on the inbounds pass before foul.
Here's Rose from the inbound, and Rose throws it down hard.
Yes, indeedy. Boy, I love that one. That's not just any plain dunk. That has some panache to it.
It's an energizer, guys. That is an energizer.
It is, and that will lift the whole team up.
He doesn't hit the first. sinks the second, and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
Talk about a clutch free throw, Kev. That one just might have sealed the game.
Passes it to Bogans. And that's collected by Gay. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. It's the first that puts them up by 5. For 2, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And that'll do it, Kevin. Those last free throws were the icing on the cake.
And here is Dang. So it's Memphis picking up the win. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Marc Gasol.
I can hear